Greetings lords and welcome back to another War and Order video. My name is Eagle and in this video we are going to be doing a beginner's guide to all the structures that are present within your castle. So all the structures that you see in front of you, we're going to be telling you exactly what is the functionality for each of these structures. And also we're going to be giving you some tips and tricks on which structures you should be upgrading first at your early game and which ones are more important than others so that you can actually focus on these and kind of get a building plan set up for you guys so that you guys would actually get these upgrades going further and gain the maximum amount of value when you're upgrading the right structures at the right time. So without further ado, let's get right into this. And by the way, if you haven't downloaded War and Order yet, the download link is in the description and the top comment below. Make sure you download it from that download link so that we can actually get some goodies as well within the game, and it will help the channel a lot. So now, let's start by talking about the actual structures within your base. So for starters, this is basically your castle. This is the main structure within your basically the castle or your kingdom or whatever you want to call it. And the castle over here, all the other structures that are present within your base, their level depends on which level the castle is. So for instance, if you have castle level 10, all the structures can be upgraded all the way to level 10, and that's their limit. The more you upgrade the castle, the more levels that your structures have. For each structure, if you want to know more information, you can click at that button over there and then more info, and it will tell you exactly what things you can actually get when you upgrade this castle. So for instance, the maximum levels that you can get is actually 40 for the castle, and it will help you out unlocking more lands and gathering speed boost. Of course, you can max these out all the way at level 15 or 16 actually. You can max out the gathering speed and unlocking all the lands, and afterwards you won't actually get anything out of this until only battle power, which is basically going to be increasing while you increase your castle level. So basically this is your main structure. This is going to be your main aim, to actually get this castle all the way to level 30 so that you can actually unlock all the other structures. As you can see, we still have one structure over here that we haven't unlocked, which is basically a structure that generates specific materials that we're going to be using for the late game. We're not going to be talking about this structure right now. Once we unlock it, we're going to be doing a guide about it, but your goal is to try to reach castle 30 as soon as possible. If you're not spending, that's basically your main goal, to kind of try to reach level 30. This way you will be able to unlock all the structures and you will be able to get the maximum amount of value on a daily basis from the game. The second structure we're going to be talking about is actually this one over here. This one is the altar, and the altar is where your artifacts are present. And if you don't know what artifacts yet, we're going to be doing a full guide about those, but these are like kind of collectibles that you get, and you can actually refine these and evolve them and improve them so that they will give you some combat boosts or development boosts depending on which artifact that you're actually choosing. So in terms as well, in this building, you can also conjure, which is basically one way to get the artifacts, or you can also go to the Star Palace, which is basically a place where you will be able to see all the stars that are currently present over here, and you'll be able to upgrade them for some really cool combat boosts. So as you can see, these are the boosts that you can actually get, and you can upgrade them with star sources and then evolve them as well in order to actually increase their buffs that you're basically getting from them. So this is basically where you'll be doing all the kind of evolving stuff in order to get more buffs for your army and whatnot. Over here is the Hall of War, is basically the structure where you can actually gather rallies and do rallies against enemies. The higher the level of this structure is, the more the rally capacity that you can actually get. When you can see all these rally capacities over here, you can get a maximum of 2 million, about 2 million rally capacities simply just from upgrading this structure. Your City Hall is basically where you can actually see all the benefits, subscriptions, invitations, and play as well the Pinata and get your daily rewards as well. Similarly to the Event Hall, which is present right in this section, instead of just clicking on events, you can click on this structure over here, and it will also take you to the events tab as well. You have the Depot, which is basically the structure where you can actually save some resources from plundering, in addition to the resource sale, which is like kind of a daily thing where you can buy resources for a 50% discounted price. Of course, when you upgrade this structure, the more you upgrade it, the more resources that you will be able to protect from plundering from your enemies. The Druid Grounds is one of the most important structures that you need to get to a high level, especially when you get to castle level 21, which is you will need it in order to go to castle 22 and get all these goodies and units upgrades, but also it increases the marching capacity of your marches, but In addition to, you can also faster equip some artifacts and everything that you have in the base, basically the skills and everything. You could fast equip them from kind of presetting these from here. But it also has an upgrade button where you can actually upgrade your martyr or your armies from one tier to another. It works as 2 tiers, so that means your single or let's call it your even or odd units can be upgraded to either even or odd units. That's how basically it works. And if you haven't actually seen the or don't know what even and odd units are, we're going to be doing a video about that. Don't worry, it's coming out very soon, right after this video. These actually are your barracks, which are basically your main productionizer for troops. When you upgrade your barracks, what's happening is actually you're unlocking more troops, and you can see which levels you can unlock the higher tier of troops right from here as well. In the middle over here, this is your blacksmith. This is where you'll be crafting or forging actually your lord's equipment, and these are super important. And you can also fuse materials from this section over here, and you can see the emblems that you have as well, so that you can also forge materials to upgrade your emblems as well. This is a very important structure. It's definitely one of the structures that you need to upgrade in order to get higher level equipment, because your equipment level depends on your forge or on your blacksmith level. So that means if you want to get to level 25, these level 25 equipment that are present over here, you need your blacksmith to be level 25. That's why it's super important to actually upgrade it and get it to a higher level. Your guardian temple is basically where you will be recruiting angels, and angels are units that are super strong, and the way that you can actually upgrade them or get those angels is by killing enemy units, and this way you will be gaining items in order to produce them, and once you produce them you will have them in your army, and you can join your marches and deal tons of damage. As you can see, their power is much higher than a normal unit, and that's why they are super useful in terms of basically using in a march. Of course, over here we have the hospital where you can actually heal wounded units, and then you have the sanctuary, which basically when your units die you can actually revive them from the sanctuary over here. It also has some holy water quests and holy water revivals and whatnot, so you can actually do these all later. The embassy is where the structure of where you can actually increase the city defenses. If you can click over here, it increases the how much allies can reinforce your base, and it also increases the help times of how much allies can actually help you build a structure or do a research as well. You can see all these information right over here. You can reach 1 million actually reinforcing your base, and 44 total helps for your structures, which are super important as well. Your college is basically your research center. This is where you'll be able to reach multiple researchers in terms of development, resources, military, and other stuff as well. This is basically this whole section within the castle is now covered. So let's talk about your wall. This is your castle wall, and the way that the castle wall works is that you can recruit golems, which we have completely forgot. So let's go ahead and recruit some golems over here, and you need it to be upgraded always in order to get your castle to the next level. So there's always this requirement to upgrade your wall in order to get your castle to the next level. They always have to be the same level in order to get them upgraded. This is where your beast stands, and we're going to be doing a guide about beasts and their skills very soon. And this is basically just some army assault quests. We've already done a video about that if you want to check it out. This is basically the defense command, where you can do the classic kind of defense structure, or you can also do infinite wars, which is basically an event that we also covered in another video. I definitely highly recommend to check it out, and you can gain tons of rewards out of this. This is your main kind of production section over here for resources and some military as well. So you have 5 different structures over here, 4 for each resource, which is basically the farms, the sawmills, the stone mines, and the iron mines as well. And you have also 2 other, actually 6 in total, the training grounds and your medic tents. Your medic tents, their main objective is to actually increase the amount of wounded that troops that your hospitals can actually hold, and the training grounds will increase the recruitment speeds of your troops and increase the amount of troops that you can actually recruit. So these are super important over here, and upgrading those is actually very important in order to get more troops much faster. So I'm not doing a great job at upgrading these because I'm actually pushing right now for the castle, but once I get the castle down to castle 22, I'll definitely get these to a higher level so that I can actually get more troops out faster and pump more troops much faster as well. This is basically the Star Ruins, where you can actually get those itemizations over here, and those itemizations you can then purchase some items over here in the shop, and you can also go to the Deep Lore, which will basically allow you to gain more of these resources, which means more rewards in the end. Basically, this is the workshop, which should be running right now, which is basically the place where you will be getting more materials. This is another source of materials where you can get. It's much slower than actually the boxes, just opening them up, but it's one place where you can get the materials. This is the merchant ship, where you can actually see your subscriptions and benefits, which also can be seen from the another place which we showed before. But most importantly, you can see the merchant over here, which you can purchase some goodies from here as well, some items, speed ups. Usually I like to purchase the stamina potions over here, so you can also purchase that too. This is your watchtower, and the higher the level of the watchtower, the more information that you're going to be gaining when you're scouting an enemy. You can see all the details from that over here. So at level 35, you'll be gaining maximum amount of information from the watchtower in this section. And of course, we have finally the Colossals over here, which is the Colossus, which is basically the new Colossus system that when you upgrade these, you will be gaining combat buffs. And as you can see, these are the buffs that are currently active. You have 4 of these in total for each unit type. And right now I'm focusing on the mage because I'm actually maining mages. So that's why exactly I'm focusing on the mage. This little thing over here is basically the cargo. It gives you rewards every single bit of time. And finally, you have the Realm Invasion, which is going to be doing a separate video about it. But you can see this is kind of the PvP section within the game, and you will understand this later on when we actually do some videos. But basically, in short, you are basically invading another realm, and basically another realm is invading you. This is a super fun event. We're going to be definitely talking about this in a video, and probably live streaming this when it comes out and it's active within our base. I hope I didn't forget a single structure over here. I think I went through all the different structures that are available in the game right now. Please let me know if you have any questions about any of these structures in the comments below, or what is the purpose of any or like one of these structures, or if you would like more information about how to actually build or focus on these structures, definitely let me know. But just a quick hint for you guys, you would need one builder to actually be upgrading your necessary upgrades to gain your castle to the next level, and another builder doing some other stuff. So for instance, I have another builder just upgrading my barracks in order to get higher tier units as well. So this is basically the kind of the norm general structure, let's say, for building. But if you have any questions in that regards, please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll definitely see you on the next video. Bye bye.